Okay, we are now going to thread up friction meter with the yarn. We place a bobbin below the friction meter and come into the input guide. The yarn then goes through the spring tension device. I'm going to lift it up. There is a hole in the center to capture it. The yarn will come over the two wheels. It's yarn guide. And then I'm going to make 4 or 5 wraps of the yarn through the guide to the suction. If I turn the unit on, the yarn will be traveling around the take-up spools through the guide out of the machine. The air is adjustable on this aspirator. This can be turned to increase or decrease the air. There should be enough air to pull the yarn. The next step is to take the yarn and put the yarn around the pin. So the yarn is around the first pulley, around the pin, second pulley, yarn guide, and out of the machine. The red brake lever should be in the reverse position and the arm should be free. Turn the unit on again. The yarn path is clear. The yarn is threaded properly. Before we run tests, we need to check the tension on the yarn. Changes in tension will change the results. So we want to use a value that's consistent. Normally, we adjust this for 10 grams. So I have a tensometer. I'm going to just adjust the input tension. Just the input tension for 10 grams. My yarn is coming in at 10 grams to the friction meter. You can adjust it for 5 grams, 8 grams, 10 grams, whatever is best. But the important thing is the yarn tension is always the same when you're running the tests. Okay. This is the main screen for the software. At the top of the screen you have a menu. There are icons. Below are the test tabs. Test report heading, limits, printout, and the export. To the right is the test data, summary, the graphs of the data. This corner we have the package numbers, and here we have the status. Tests, green light telling us, the green circle telling us everything is okay. And at the top of the screen we have the value, test value, and the file name. In this case we're going to set up a test, production test. So on the test tab, the first box is production or continuous test. I'll do a production test. The sample rate is in seconds. The default is 1 second. How many samples you would like to run per test. This is a production test. Total will be 1 test. Number of wraps. We have a choice of 1 or 2. This is relating to the yarn on the post. In this case, the yarn is making one turn around the post. That is one wrap. If the yarn is making a double wrap, if the yarn is making two wraps, the software will be set to 2. 2 wraps is used when the yarn has very low friction coefficient, less than 0.1. We would put 2 wraps, good measurement for the friction property. That is 2 wraps. Normal is 1 wrap. Number of wraps, I'm using 1 wrap. The waist length, this is the length of yarn you would like to run before collecting the data. If your yarn has a lot of oil or wax or finish, you may want to run 5, 10, 20 seconds of time before you collect the data to clean the pin from the oil or the wax. I will set this to 10. Okay. For my heading, test number 1. This is cotton 70. My input tension I will make a note of my input tension. Limits, I can turn the limits on, but at the moment I'm not sure what they're going to be. On the printout, this is the information I would like to have on my printout and the export file. Okay. So the next step is to start the yarn running. Turn on the transport. The yarn is running. And then press click start or press the F1 key. The test begins. Yellow indicates the waste time. When the waste is passed, the green indicates testing and the collection of data. The first test was done. I'll shut my machine off, tie in my next sample, start my transport, and next package, F2. I will tie in my third and final package. After my final package up, and my choices are to continue, to end, or to delete. In this case, I am going to end, and the summary for the tests will appear on the screen. After the test is completed, we can preview the results. There are 2 pages in this report. The first page is the tests. The second page will be the summary. The last page of the report is always the summary. The first page is the test results. I can print this